Good morning. The topic that we are tasked to discuss is all about the alternative energy. Alternative energy is energy that does not come from fossil fuels and thus produces little to no greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide or CO2. This means that energy produced from alternative sources does not contribute to the greenhouse effect that causes climate change. So energy generated in ways that no deplete or diminish natural resources or harm the environment, especially by avoiding the use of fossil fuels and nuclear power. So example of alternative energy is solar energy, wind energy, hydropower, ocean energy, and bioenergy.
Alternative renewable energy. Sustainable as it is obtained from the sources that are inexhaustible. It is clean energy and non-polluting. Many forms do not emit any greenhouse gases or toxic waste in the process of producing electricity. It is a sustainable energy source which can be relied on for the long term. So renewable energy technologies use resources straight from the environment to generate power. It is refers to all those limitless energy present in nature. These energy sources are present in nature and are naturally replenished, that's why they never run out. They are environmentally friendly because they don't emit CO2 or greenhouse effect gases. They are limitless because they are obtained from natural resources and do not run out and replenish naturally. They are safer for our health because they don't generate toxic residues harmful for people. So these are the types of alternative renewable energy. First is the biomass or biofuels. Biomass or biofuels is an important fuel in many countries, especially for cooking and heating in developing countries. Biomass or biofuel sources for energy include wood, wood processing waste, firewood, wood pellets and wood chips, lumber and furniture mill, sawdust and waste, and black liquor from pulp and paper mills. Second is the geothermal energy. It is generated from the heat stored in the earth. This type of energy is used for heating a house or generating electricity, for example. Next is the solar power. Solar power comes from the sun and reaches us a light and heat. For example, thanks to the solar panel, we can capture sunlight energy and transform it into thermal energy to heat water in the house. Next is the hydropower. Hydropower produced by the water we store in artificial lakes. Example, dam. Water falls from a high spot, then it flows through the hydroelectric factory or the force of the water transform into electric energy. Next is the ocean. Marine energy, also known as marine and hydrokinetic energy or marine renewable energy, is a renewable power source that is harnessed from the natural movement of water, including waves, tides, river and ocean currents. Wave energy converters which generate power from surface waves. Last is the wind power. Wind power comes from the movement of the air or wind. For example, windmills transform wind into electric energy.
Solar energy. We use solar thermal energy systems to heat water for use in homes, buildings, or swimming pools, heat the inside of homes, greenhouses, and other buildings, heat fluids to high temperatures in solar thermal power plants. Solar photovoltaic devices or solar cells change sunlight directly into electricity. There are two main benefits of using solar energy are, first, systems do not produce air pollutants or carbon dioxide. Second, systems on buildings have minimal impact on the environment. Also, the main limitations of solar energy are the amount of sunlight that arrives at the Earth's surface is not constant. The amount of sunlight varies depending on location, time of day, season of the year, and weather conditions. The amount of sunlight reaching a square foot of the Earth's surface is relatively small, so a large surface area is necessary to absorb or collect a useful amount of energy.
Wind energy. Wind turbines operate on a simple principle. The energy in the wind turns or three propeller-like blades around the rotor. The rotor is connected to the main shaft, which spins a generator to create electricity. Wind energy. The G-wind turbines consist of blades, rotor, pie system, generator, controller, U-drive, and tower. Wind turbines are mounted on the tower to capture the most energy at 100 feet or more above ground. They can take advantage faster and lesser violent wind. Wind turbines can be used to produce electricity for a single home or building, or they can be connected to an electricity grid for more widespread electricity distribution. Advantages of wind energy. First is clean and renewable source of power. Cost and effective, rapid growth of industry, and large potential. The disadvantages of wind energy. Wind, reliability, threat to wildlife, noise, and visual pollution.
Tidal energy. Tidal stream generator makes use of kinetic energy of moving water to power turbines in a similar way to wind turbines that use wind to power turbines. Tidal barrage. Tidal barrage make use of potential energy and the difference in height between high and low tides.
Advantages and disadvantages of tidal energy. Advantages. Clean fuel source compared to fossil fuels. Clean fuel sources are those that produce fewer greenhouse gas emissions and pollutants compared to fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas. Examples of clean fuels include renewable sources like solar, wind, hydroelectric, geothermal, and biomass energy. They have lower environmental impacts and contribute less to global warming compared to burning fossil fuels for energy generation. Domestic source of energy. A domestic source of energy refers to energy produced within a country's borders, reducing reliance on imports. It includes various resources like coal, natural gas, oil, nuclear, renewables such as solar, wind, hydroelectric, biomass, and even energy efficiency measures. Utilizing domestic energy sources can enhance energy security, reduce dependence on foreign imports, and promote economic development within a country. Disadvantages. Tidal power can have effects on marine life. The turbines can accidentally kill swimming sea life with their rotating blades. Some fish may no longer utilize the area if threatened with a constant rotating or noise-making object. Installing a barrage may change the shoreline within the bay or estuary, affecting a large ecosystem that depends on tidal floods.
Wave energy. Ocean waves contain tremendous energy potential. Wave power devices extract energy from the surface motion of ocean waves or from pressure fluctuations below the surface. Advantages of wave energy. Renewable. Environmentally friendly compared to fossil fuel energy. Variety of design to use. Less energy dependence from foreign governments.
So disadvantages of wave energy. First is can affect the marine environment. Second is may disturb private or commercial shipping. Third is dependent of wavelength for best operation. Fourth is poor performance and raw weather. Fifth is visual noise issues. So understanding both the advantages and disadvantages of wave energy is essential of evaluating and potential of sustainable energy source and implement approach, mitigation, measure of address, and limitation.
Okay, so now let's proceed to geothermal energy. When we say geothermal, it comes from the Greek word geo, means earth, and thermal means heat. Direct geothermal energy can be accessed in areas where hot springs are near the surface of the earth. So it simply means that it is an energy comes from heat produced by earth. It stands out as a pivotal element in the world's transition to green energy. And its main significance lies in the capacity to deliver carbon-free heat and base load power, making it an essential component of sustainability of the energy landscape.
Advantages and disadvantages of geothermal energy. Advantages. It is renewable energy. It is renewable energy because the source of geothermal energy won't run out or it is infinite. Second, clearer than burning fossil fuels. When we say fossil fuels, it is refers to the burning of oil, natural gas, and coal to generate energy. And then the disadvantages is cost of drilling and searching proper areas. In geothermal energy, one of the process was drilling or making a hole. Typically, geothermal exploration comprises drilling a large diameter and production size well. And the second is requires a suitable location. So, in geothermal energy, it is the first is the process is making a hole. So, they need to search for the suitable location so that it won't bother the people around that location.
Biofuels. The most common type of biofuels are ethanol and biodiesel. Ethanol is an alcohol. Ethanol is mostly used as fuel adjective to cut down a vehicle carbon monoxide and other smog-causing emissions. Biodiesel is made by combining alcohol, usually methanol, with vegetable oil, animal fat, or recycled cooking grease. It can be used as an adjective to reduce vehicles' emission, typically 20%, or in its pure form as renewable alternative fuel for diesel engines. Biofuels advantages: easy to source, renewable, reduces greenhouse gases, reduce dependence on foreign energy. Disadvantages of biofuels: higher cost of production, lower supply than gasoline, monoculture, shortage of food, water use.
And now let's talk about the advantages of OTEC or the ocean thermal energy conversion. First, it helps in producing fuels such as hydrogen, ammonia, and methanol, which can be used in various applications such as fuel for vehicles or for electrical generation. Next is it produces base load electric energy, which is a steady and constant portion of electric supply running almost continuously to meet the minimum demand. Next is it produces desalinated water for industrial, agricultural, and residential uses. Desalinated water can be used for drinking, irrigation, or for industrial uses. Next is a source for onshore and nearshore mariculture operations. Provides air conditioning for buildings. Provides moderate temperature for refrigerators. Has significant potential to provide clean, cost-effective electricity for the future. Next is food aquaculture products can be cultivated in discharge water. Food aquaculture products such as fish, shellfish, and seaweeds. Discharge water contain residual nutrients, organic matter, and other substances. Can enhance the productivity of surrounding ecosystem. OTEC is eco-friendly. OTEC don't burn any fuel, which avoid emission of greenhouse gases. Also, it provides renewable energy source. As long as the sun hits the ocean, renewable energy source could be available to harness. Indirectly by providing a sustainable source of energy to mining. If located near coastal areas, they can utilize OTEC-generated electricity to power their activities. And lastly, especially beneficial for small islands as they can become self-sufficient. OTEC can sustain sources of energy. It can also produce desalinated water for drinking in small islands.
So after the advantages of OTEC, we are going to discuss the disadvantages of OTEC. But first, what is OTEC? OTEC means Ocean Thermal Energy Conversion, which is a technology for generating renewable energy that uses a temperature differential between the deep cold and relatively warmer surface waters of the ocean to generate baseload electricity.
Example of this is the warm surface water of the ocean is used to boil a liquid like ammonia or chlorofluorocarbon. Once the high pressure of liquid vapors is used to turn the turbine of a generator and produce electricity. Another example of thermal energy are heaters that make a room warmer or saunas, the sun drying wet clothes on a clothesline, ironing a shirt, baking a cake, and warming water to make a tea. Always remember that any object or substance that is warm is emitting thermal energy. Now let's move on to the disadvantages of AUTEC. AUTEC produce electricity at present would cost more than electricity generated from fossil fuels at their current costs. No energy company put money in this project because it only had been tested in a very small scale. Construction of AUTEC plants and laying of pipes in coastal waters may cause localized damage to reefs and nearshore marine ecosystem. AUTEC plant construction and operation may affect commercial and recreational fishing. Other risks associated with the AUTEC power system are the safety issues associated with steam electric power generation plants, or electrical hazards, rotating machinery, use of compressed gases, heavy material handling equipment, and shock and maintenance hazards.
Laws that governs the alternative renewable energy of the Philippines. So, Republic Act 9513, the Renewable Energy Act of 2008. This established the framework for the accelerated development and advancement of renewable energy resource and the development of strategic programs to increase its utilization. And second, Republic Act 9367, the Biofuel Act of 2006, mandates all the liquid fuels, the water, and agents sold in the Philippines and contains locally sourced biofuel component.
Why alternative renewable energy? RE, which stands for renewable energy, is practically infinite if managed properly. Infinite means has no limit, so renewable is practically has no limit if managed properly. Second, it mitigates climate change and fosters sustainable development. Third, the clean development mechanisms provides carbon credits, and the RE law gives incentives for RE resources to make RE projects attractive and viable. Why alternative renewable energy in the Philippines? First, energy security. Supports the government's goal of energy self-sufficiency and sustainability. Second, climate change imperative. Third, addresses environmental concerns. Third, widens carbon trading opportunity for the country. And the last is visionary, preparation for time when consumers will demand and prefer green energy.
Economic and local development. Promote favorable investment climate. Indicators of a good investment climate is a country includes standard good governance, practice, availability of basic infrastructure such as roads, electricity and communication, internet or telephone, low level of corruption, market-friendly regulation, and an impartial court system. Then, leads to avoided fuel cost of foreign exchange. Economic and local development can lead to avoided fuel cost of foreign exchange through a few case pathway. 1. Efficiency improvement. 2. Diversification of energy sources. 3. Job creation. 4. Economic stability. In all these cases, economic and local development can lead to avoided fuel costs and reduce dependency of foreign exchange for fuel import. Then promote rural and off-grid development. Economic and local development initiatives play a crucial role in promoting rural and off-grid development by investing in infrastructure, creating job opportunities, and supporting local businesses. These efforts can help stimulate economic growth in rural and off-grid areas. Then saving in health and welfare costs, benefits amounting to billions of dollars due to less air pollution. Investing in economic and local development can lead to significant saving in health and welfare costs and by reducing air pollution. This saving can amount to billions of dollars, which can lead positive impact on the overall well-being of communities and distribute of sustainable economic growth. Then last is job creation. Local economic development, or LEAD, is approach towards economic development which encourage local people to work together to achieve sustainable economic growth and development, thereby bringing economic benefits and improved quality of life for all residents in local municipal area.